Fani Willis is being subpoenaed, and I think that the cards are starting to fall for her, and she's starting to panic. Check it out.
A judge rules Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis can be subpoenaed by the state Senate. This comes as they continue to investigate possible misconduct during her prosecution of President-elect Donald Trump. Fox 5's Eric Perry is at the live desk on the story.
I'm gonna read the Cash
Eric,
App
what
shortly,
is
too.
the latest on this development?
Yeah, Christine, this comes just weeks after a state appeals court removed Willis.
Come on, man. Put them S's back up. Before we get to it, put them S's back up. Put them S's up. All of that. And the S. On them S's. I don't like the messes. I mean, I know we're going to get to Fani Willis. Shout out to ESDC. Shout out to Trini Life. I appreciate you. Trini Life says, good Saturday show. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you, Trini Life. Put the messes up, man. All the messes. I don't like the messes, bro. A little too sassy. Hold it in, big dog. Hold it in.
From the Georgia election interference case against President-elect Trump. Now, DA Willis has until January 13th to submit arguments before a final order is ruled. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis is back in the spotlight after Superior Court Judge Shakira Ingram ruled she can face a subpoena by the Georgia State Senate. The Republican-led Senate committee is looking into whether she engaged in misconduct during her prosecution of President-elect Donald Trump.
Yes, she did. Let me save y'all some time, some taxpayer dollars, some investigation work. Everybody and their mama know that she is 100%. Let me rephrase that for the people in the back because y'all might have missed it. 100% engaged, in my opinion. She was 100% engaged in misconduct and leveraging her office and using taxpayer dollars to do the things that she wasn't supposed to do. Now, my biggest thing isn't even for her. I'm not even tripping on Fani Willis. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not even tripping. I ain't got no complaints about Fani Willis. Fani Willis did what Fani Willis does. She was leveraged by the Kamala Harris and Biden administration to wage war against Trump that she lost because God is real. God is good all the time. That's number one. She enriched herself and allowed for herself to benefit off of somebody that was largely inexperienced in prosecuting the cases that was brought forth against Trump in order to have election interference to the tune of over $700,000 that we know of. And then she tried to act like she paid him back in cash. We knew that was a lie. And she talked so sassy and so disrespectful on the bench. And you know what the worst part about this whole thing is? It's not even Fani Willis. This is what I'm saying. The worst thing about this whole conversation is not even Fani Willis. The worst thing about this conversation is the fact that y'all black people decided that y'all wanted to re-elect her and get her back in office, and she was supported by the black church. She was endorsed by Jamal Bryant. She was able to stand on the pulpit, which is supposed to be sacred ground. Sacred ground. She was standing on pulpits of the black churches down there in Atlanta and Fulton County, and they advocated for her, and they stood on business when it came to celebrating and promoting and advocating for her to stay back in office, even though she is a sinner. She is a sinner's sinner. The people that need to be held accountable is not only her and Nathan Wade, but also the community and the black church. It's a popularity contest inside of these Tyler Perry churches got to stop. The popularity contest inside of these Tyler Perry churches got to stop. It got to stop. It got to stop now.
They are the head of all prosecutions in their county. So therefore, no one should be able to question them, right? Well, the Georgia Senate disagrees with that.
Trial attorney and political analyst Joshua Schiffer breaks down the decision. According to the ruling, Willis has until January 13th to submit arguments over whether the subpoenas require her to provide confidential information. Judge Ingram will then issue a final order saying what Willis has to respond to.
Prosecutors are used to strong independence
I love
and
you too.
the
Shout out to
exclusive
XJ.
duties and privileges of their position.
Former Georgia Governor Roy Barnes represents Willis in the case and says they want the ruling overturned and they plan to appeal. This also comes after a 2-1 ruling by the State of Appeals Court earlier this month, removing Willis from the Georgia election interference case against President-elect Trump, citing, quote, an appearance of impropriety. Willis's office is asking the Georgia Supreme Court to review that decision. This fight going back months. The Senate committee hoped to question Willis back in September, but she skipped that meeting. The committee turned to Judge Ingram in October, asking for Willis to comply with the subpoenas. Schiffer says don't expect anything major to happen soon.
What this really does is moves the ball forward to an eventual date where Fani Willis will either have to show up and testify and bring some information.
Yeah, we know there's a lot to keep track
Them S's, man.
of here, and here's something else to keep in mind. The current Georgia legislative term ends when new lawmakers are sworn in for their new term. Republican State Senator Greg Dolezal of Cumming says he plans to file to reestablish this committee at the beginning of the 2025 legislative session.
I think that they're going after. Slowly but surely, you're going to start to see the cards fall. That's what's happening right now. Is a process. It's a process. It is something that you seeing happening slowly, but it's not gonna go away. And what she thought was gonna go away just because they took Nathan Wade off the case. First of all, the case is completely in shambles and it's all fell apart. So we don't have to worry about Trump ever getting convicted over in Fulton County from all of these fake charges in the first place. That's dumb. But I believe that this is just the beginning. Honestly, I think that this is just the beginning. You're going to see her have to testify, then she's gonna have to start to justify, then she's gonna have to start to pivot, and then you're gonna have see her wanting to look for a pardon, and she gonna want Biden to pardon her for everything that happened all the way back to 2004. And I think that she's going to go down. Eventually, she's going down. And she was dependent. Most of these people were depending on Kamala Harris to get into office so that they can save themselves. Most of these people were depending on Kamala Harris to get into office so that they can save themselves. They believed and they rocked with her. And she told them probably, hey, listen, I'm going to be president of the United States of America. Roll with me. You're going to get a seat in my cabinet. You play by the rules. Everything is going to work out in your benefit. And let's just go ahead and get Trump out of the way because he's our biggest obstacle. We can handle this person. We can handle this person. We can handle that person. But Trump, he too strong. He too strong. We're going to go ahead and proactively try to get him up out of there. And none of it worked because God said it is so. And it is so. Because God said, nope, that's not what we going with. We not rocking with it. And you're going to have to atone for and account for everything that you did in this office that was crooked and evil and negative. And we're going to hold you accountable for these things that's happening inside of this place.